Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm your host D-Day, bringing you some more Minecraft, All the Mods 9. So where we left off was a little bit of gathering bees and the nether bee nests last time. So what we're going to work on today is a little bit of bee breeding, as well as some of the upgrades and some of the extra abilities like the honey generator and a really cool tip that was given to me by the comment section. But before I get into that, let me show you this real quick. These are a couple of wooden pillars that I've decided to put up. The front row are the jacaranda trees. The front one is stripped. The back one is bare. Then we have cherry, stripped and bare. And then we have the mahogany here with trapdoors, stairs, stripped, and bare logs, as well as the umbran here. Which one of these 8 choices do you guys think looks the nicest? I really care about y'all's opinion, so let me know in the comments section below which one of these 8 choices looks best. And to start off today's episode on productive bees, we're going to be doing some breeding, but instead of having a really long, boring episode just on breeding, I'm going to do a couple of extra things in between. So it's not just an entire 30 or 40 minute video long of bee breeding, which is pretty monotonous. Also, I have put a couple of our villagers in the Easy Villager mod into these trader glass blocks because the comment section was so awesome last video. You guys told me to check out the Easy Villagers, the mod itself. So I checked out this trader, which is super simple to make. And all we need to do is we need to just drop the item in. So like when we shift click and put it in our inventory, we just right click it to the trader block and it puts them in there. Now the only problem I have is these guys, the trades won't reset, and I put the composter behind it. Is there some specific thing that I need to do to get these guys to reset? And of course, speaking of traders, I wanted to try out a productive bees trader. So I grabbed a regular villager from the village nearby, and we have an advanced cherry beehive. I'm hoping the cherry beehive will work. Okay. Are you in the wall? Okay. He's good now. He's being a little derpy. But he immediately turned into a beekeeper, so the advanced cherry beehive does work. It doesn't have to be one of the special blocks. So let's see if we can block this guy back in. I guess that's fine, right? Yeah, let's just leave it like that. And let's see what he has for sale. So we can trade him campfires for emeralds. We can trade him emeralds for glass bottles. That doesn't sound too good. It looks like he only has campfires. So I kind of want to work on this guy because I did look into it, and the beekeeper does seem like a really amazing thing to have. Let's grab some campfires and we'll make one of those easy traders and move him. And also, while we're here, let's go ahead and toss these furnaces in here and have them smelt into jumbo furnaces so that I can move them down to here. We can start smelting more items at the same time. Let's see. Yep, we can do one more. And let's also drop the sand in because that's why I need this. I need some more glass so that we can make glass panes. So let's see, it should do 6 items at a time. Yep, 1 + 5. And now it'll do 7 items at a time. So I'm going to let this guy burn here. And we should have everything we need for, okay, 21 campfires. Luckily for us, it stacks. So I'm very happy about that. Let's go ahead and go crazy because I wasn't sure if they stack. I thought they were going to be spread out our entire inventory. All right, let's go with 60 for now, and then we can always make more later on. I just want to set this guy so that he will not change back from a beekeeper into something else. Let's grab the glass that we have made so far. And we also need redstone, right? So let's grab our redstone and let's make some glass panes real quick. Glass panes, iron, redstone. Let's make ourselves one of these traders. We have our campfires now. So let's go ahead and trade these. All right, so let's see. He didn't take that many. And he has already gotten stuck. So the problem that I'm thinking is that if we put him into the trader, he's not going to reset, because that's the problem that I have. So what I think I'd rather do is leave this guy here. Okay, yeah, he did reset. Oh, look, you can buy sugar bag honeycombs from him as well. This is a big bummer. He went apprentice, but we don't have more selling options. It's still campfires. So we're going to have to give this some time to reset, and we can come back to it because we do have items that we need to start breeding. Okay, so looking at the quest book, the first bee that I'd like to breed is going to be the redstone bee. So we need glowing and chocolate mining. Let's go ahead. Where do I have all of my bee cages? Here we go. Let's grab the chocolate mining, which I should have in here. Let's go nomad, mason, chocolate miner, and let's go pick up our bee, our glowing bee from downstairs as well, because this guy is going to be the one that we need to breed together. It is sunset, but we're going inside, so it shouldn't matter. Let's check this. Actually, it will matter because they're going to stay in here, right? Got the sugar bag. This is full. Okay, cool. I left it AFK. It's full. That's nice. But we need the glowing bee out of this guy. So what I'm thinking is we could sleep the night. It will pop out. We can grab it. What I think we should do is let's go ahead and use this opportunity to make the simulator upgrade. For that, we need ender pearls, we need blaze rods, we need comb blocks, we need an anti-teleportation. So more ender pearls, more comb blocks, and an upgrade base. Emeralds, diamonds, honey treat. Let's go ahead and make this guy real quick because I want to test something out. Okay, I just got the honey yum yum achievement, so I guess the feeding upgrade just ate something that gave me the achievement. We got everything we need. We are down here. The bees are sleeping right now. Let's go ahead and make the upgrade base out of ender pearls. That's anti-teleportation and upgrade simulator. So when I put this in here, we need the glowing bee, the simulator. Yep. Put empty bee cages to pull out bees, or filled bee cages to insert. So now the bees will not come out, and we should be able to... Oh, it takes out all of them. Okay. So turn them all into bee cages. Also, it sounds like somebody's getting attacked out there by a baby zombie, huh? Oh, you punk. I didn't think about that. It is a small enough hole for baby zombies to bother them. That is rather annoying. So I'm gonna have to... Oh, there goes a villager. What book was that? I keep getting hit. Probably a baby zombie that gets teleported. What in the world? Why are so many of these guys here? Where did these guys come from? What is this? Is this like a mod that makes a zombie horde show up? Kill 50 zombies. There we go. Okay. I've never been, like, jumped by this many zombies at the same time. That's just crazy. Scavenger 3. This guy's gone. Angler's Bounty. Mending. Okay. So I'm not sure. I hope it's not capturing 5. Mending. Silk Touch. Looting. Capturing 5. I'm thinking efficiency, huh? Protection. The efficiency. Bummer. We lost the book of efficiency. Alright, so back to what we were doing. Putting in the bee cages, emptied out all of them. So I was hoping I could click on them, but it empties out all of them. We have the glowing bee here, the sugar bag, the creebee, and another creebee. Okay, so I'm okay with all of them getting pulled out for right now. Let's go ahead and see how this works, because this is why we're doing this. We need the glowing bee. We need the chocolate mining bee. And see, it's got the redstone bee. Now we need 2 flowers. which I wasn't anticipating. 2 flowers, and we probably have to put energy into this guy. Okay. So this guy will not work unless we hook up power to it. All right, so sunrise, all of the bees are coming out. Let's see, we got some zombies that are coming to bother us. Let's get rid of them real quick. Wow, the repel really knocks these guys out. It's kind of annoying. And I lost my boots, I just realized, because I don't have the jump height anymore. It's not step assist. Oh, I mean, yeah, step assist. It's not step assist because step assist makes you jump. It is just block height, so it's like going up a stair. I actually really enjoyed that. Yeah, the +5 step height. It has +1 to luck, +5 to max health. Let's go ahead and use these that we earned in the previous episode. Tessa's blessed leather shoes of the climb. And let's get right back into this. We were crafting some things, so let's go ahead and make the honey generator from productive bees real quick. We need a furnace, we need a honey bucket. So what I did is I took a bucket and I right-clicked the centrifuge, and it gave me the honey bucket from productive bees. So super simple. Let's go ahead and make ourselves a honey generator. It uses up our bucket, and then I'm kind of curious. Let's grab all 3 buckets. Let's go 1, 2, 3. We have 3 buckets of honey. These we should be able to put adjacent. We need a bee cage. We have our flowers. Let's go ahead and go back down and see if we can make this work. All right, so honey generator, I'm going to put it next to it. And let's put some honey inside. There we go. We have, what is it, 3 buckets of honey. We can always get more. And it is generating power. Very nice. And it's breeding. And I believe this guy is not going to pop out unless we put a bee cage inside, because it's not going to make the redstone bee and a bee cage. So it still needs to get pulled out. This is going to take a while. And this is going to be the process that we use to make different bees. We'll come back when the redstone bee is done. And we will also work on making the iron bee, which is kind of tricky. And of the upgrades that I want to work on today, of course, I would like to make another upgrade baby, because this thing's pretty cool. It says when installed in a hive, it gives a 5% chance for a new baby bee to be spawned from the hive every time honey is delivered. So what I'm thinking about doing is every single advanced beehive that we have, it has 5 slots. I'm going to put one of our productive bees inside of it, put a baby upgrade in it, and eventually it'll be 5 of the same type. So when I have the redstone bee, it'll go in with a baby upgrade. And eventually it'll be 5 redstone bees creating combs for the advanced beehive that I put them in. So let's go ahead and make this upgrade baby for right now. And then also we have upgrades for speed. So gives a 20% decrease in time spent in the hive. And then can be installed in a centrifuge for faster processing. And of course, multiple upgrades. So let's see if we do something along the lines of a simulation upgrade, so that the bees don't come out anymore, a baby upgrade so that they reproduce, and 2, I'm thinking 2 of the speed upgrades. That would be a 40% decrease in time spent, so they're going to make combs faster for us. And then, of course, the last thing that's super important is if we're doing an upgrade simulator, they're not going to physically come out of the hive anymore. It'll be simulated, but we need to use a slab in front of the hive that has the block they need, be it a flower or redstone or whatever. So feeding slabs, smooth slabs, and chests. So let's go ahead and make these real quick. So we have 5 of the feeding slabs, and we can't put it right in front of this thing. I'm also kind of curious, can we do more than 1 item, or can it only hold 1 item? So I'm going to put it here so that it counts as being touching and in front. It's not blocking anything. And let's see, we have the gold bee. The magmatic bee requires the nether wart. So let's see if we can do more than 1 item. So nether wart, it looks like 3. So the magmatic bee requires nether wart. The crystalline bee requires quartz. The gold bee requires the gold ore. All right, so we can do 3. Okay, that's looks kind of wonky. I'm probably going to make full-on beehives dedicated to one bee at a time so that it doesn't look like this. So we'll put the gold bee back in, we'll put the crystalline bee back in, and we'll put the magmatic bee back in. So these 3 bees will work with these 3 items. Okay, we have the simulation upgrade and we have the baby upgrade. So we're going to see if another 2 pop up by the end of the episode. And we have 1 speed upgrade, which we can refill at a later date. So now more honey, and we'll see if it will continue to burn. Yep, it's done. So bee cage redstone bee. All right, and now we don't need to put these bees in here anymore. We have our first redstone bee. Very cool. So we can immediately turn around. We need the redstone bee with the blue banded bee to make the lapis bee. And then after that, we need lapis and ender, which we can dedicate an episode to the end nests. So let's do redstone and blue banded next. Dr. Hannah has awoken nearby. Let's see where this person is. Dr. Hannah. Let's go take this person out. It looks like the silhouette of a skeleton. Let's put our shield on. Let's see. Can we get our... Take aim? Bloop. Gotcha. Nope. Ah, okay. Gotcha. 3. Gotcha, boy. Let's go. Nope, not today. And we have... We got a chipped blood gem. Did we not get armor? I thought we always get armor from these dudes. Oh no, we got the bow. Hannah's fleeting short bow of dexterity. Arrow damage, arrow velocity, and draw speed. It's actually, yeah, 17. It's cool. We got an upgrade on our bow. Nice. We can put this bow up. We have a really nice bow. Okay, so let's check out. We need redstone, and blue banded gives us the lapis bee. So let's go ahead and set this up. And we also need 2 flowers. So luckily for us, we have almost 1,000 of these petal flowers. So let's go ahead and do this. And we can get started on the lapis bee really slowly. And I'm kind of curious, if we put the centrifuge right next to the honey generator, will it automatically output the honey from the centrifuge into the generator? And this is pretty cool. This is exactly why I wanted the beekeeper. So emeralds and a bee cage, we can turn them into sturdy bee cages. Okay, so let's see. We can do, yep, we're going to turn 2 of them into sturdy bee cages. And now let's see, how many can we do before he feels like we're taking advantage of him, right? All right, it's cheaper now too. 11. Nice. So we got 7 sturdy bee cages out of this. All right, 9, and it X'd out for today. So we just need to let this guy reset now. But that is the main reason why I wanted to get a beekeeper, so that we can buy some sturdy bee cages, because these guys breaking every time, it's getting kind of annoying. And let's check over here the idea that I had. I'm kind of curious if the centrifuge can auto output. So let's go ahead and put the hopper back on top of this guy. And let's put some combs in. Let's do our gold. All right, this guy's going to run. It's going to make the honey, and I'm hoping it's going to pump it out over here into this guy, which will then run this machine here. And I moved it because the flowers weren't moving. So let's go. It looks like it auto outputs. Yeah, because it lit up. Very cool. So we need redstone, and we need the blue banded to make the lapis bee. We're going to use a sturdy bee cage on this guy. And then let's grab some other flowers, because for some weird reason, these pink petals did not work. I also picked up all of the librarians that we have, since one of them got squashed by a baby zombie. And we do have the trader. So let me go ahead and put one of these guys in here real quick. to show you guys how this works. We just right click him in there, and now we can click on him and we can buy Unbreaking 3 from the block itself. And what's cool is this dude, we can just pick it up and move it. We can make a wall out of these guys. So again, thank you so much to the comment section. Alrighty guys, so I have gone AFK and I don't think I used the baby upgrade very well. This upgrade baby has a 5% chance for a new baby bee to be spawned, and I guess I've been AFK long enough to have a whole bunch of pollinated crystalline bees. We have bismuth bee, we have magmatic bees. I had no idea that the baby bees were going to be expelled from this hive. I thought they would only fill in the hive and then stop. But apparently they have been spawning outside of the hive, just making new ones. So we have an overabundance of bees here now. And somehow I believe the gold bee reproduced with the crystalline bee to make the bismuth bee. Crazy. I had no idea that this was going to happen. I did figure out what we did wrong with the breeding chamber though. When you hold shift, the redstone bee, when you breed them, they come out as child. So it's not going to be able to reproduce, which makes sense. So we need to grow this bee from a child to an adult. Let me go ahead and get rid of all of these bees that I accidentally made, and we can continue on with the baby incubator. All right, I ran another experiment in between AFKing. I was curious to see if the honey generator can accept honey from the top. So this was my little experiment that I ran, a regular centrifuge with a hopper. And I found out that, yes, the honey generator can accept honey from above it into the generator, which leads me to want to make a really cool setup for honey power, something that I can also make it look nice. Let's go ahead and keep going with this baby incubator. So we need a daylight, one of these daylight detectors. It looks like cherry might not work, huh? Let's see. These guys, oh, I don't have my quartz out in inventory. So let me grab 3 quartz. And now this guy should be able to be plussed in. There we go. This and like this. Okay, so we have a baby incubator. I'm going to put this guy here so that it can get power from the honey gen. We're going to put in the redstone bee, and I believe it is 20. And we can let this guy start turning into an adult. Alrighty, so yes, it used the 20. We now have an adult redstone bee. So with this guy, we should be able to breed them both together. That, I think, was the only thing that was in our way. I went ahead and I moved all of our traders into these trader blocks so that they're safe from the baby zombies that are running around. This guy, I want to leave this guy out because I want him to keep resetting his trades for me, because this is how we're going to be upgrading all of our bee cages into sturdy bee cages, and I prefer that. The only problem is I haven't figured out how to reset trades when putting the traders into the actual blocks, like in the trader block. I can't get the trades to reset. With this one, we definitely shouldn't have a problem now. Now they're both adults. Let's go ahead and try the pink petals again, because I'm pretty sure these count, right? Let's see. Yep, it ate the flowers. It's burning up. It's working now. The hearts are going to be super slow. Yep, there it goes. Okay, so we're working towards the lapis bee. Fun. All right, so we have our lapis bee now, and yep, it's in child form. We'll take the blue banded and the redstone bees out, and we will put in the nomad and the magmatic. And let's grab 2 flowers real quick. Pink petals. Let's get this guy going. for the blazing bee. Perfect. The blazing bee will be able to make us blaze powder. So let's see, redstone bee. We can now free this one. Do we have room? We do have room. So let's free the redstone bee here. Looking awesome. And let's also grab a silk-touched piece of redstone ore. We can put that here in the front so that it has something to pollinate. And we'll do the same thing. The lapis bee in child form will go ahead with 20 honey treats and go ahead and upgrade this guy into an adult. We can either do this, or we can just put the lapis bee out in an enclosed space for 20 whole minutes. So this is faster, but it does cost honey treats and it does cost power. So if you don't want to do this, just go ahead and dump the bee out somewhere where it won't fly away and just wait the 1200 seconds for it to grow. So let's see, we should have, no, not yet. It pooped out right at the very end. Oh, okay, so there we go. We got one more honeycomb, a little bit of honey, a little bit of power. Nice. Okay, so we have our blazing bee, and this one also is in child form. So let's go ahead. We have our redstone bee going here. Let's go ahead and check out our lapis bee, which shouldn't have any problems now. Ooh, it is nighttime, so I should sleep as soon as possible. But let's check on our bee real quick. Yep, we have an adult lapis bee. We'll switch it out with the child blazing bee. Right, there's our lapis bee doing its thing. Okay, we got crystalline combs. The lapis bee, we can let it out now. Let's go ahead and let the bee out. What is that? Is it? Oh no, did it reproduce again? Okay, let's get rid of this guy real quick. I believe it is a child crystalline bee. Yep, child crystalline bee. Don't know where that one came from. I removed the upgrade, so it shouldn't be making any more of the babies. But here, adult lapis, let's see. We need the blazing for the coal, right? Leaf cutter and blazing. Okay, yeah. So let's go ahead and let the lapis bee out here. And we'll also add the lapis block in here for it to feed. Nice. All right, so we have our adult blazing bee, and I grabbed a block of lapis since the lapis bee does not require the lapis ore. It has to be a block of lapis. So let's switch that out so it can start making us our comb that we need. We have the lapis bee and the redstone bee in here. We have the blazing bee, and the blazing bee has to be combined with the leaf cutter bee. So let's grab a leaf cutter. Let me use this the leaf cutter bee. Okay, there we go. And let's go ahead, blazing bee, leaf cutter bee, and we can start working on our coal bee. Right, so we have gotten our coal bee, and we'll do the same dance again, turning the coal bee from child into an adult with the baby incubator. I went ahead and I made 2 more speed upgrades for this centrifuge to be a little bit faster, because that's what we're running out of is power. So we just used the blazing bee and the leaf cutter bee to make ourselves the coal bee. I believe, yeah, the blazing bee is an adult. So let's go ahead and tag this guy here as well. And what does the blazing bee need for flowering? He needs a magma block. Okay, so we can get that with magma cream as well. We'll add that one to the list. The next bee, of course, that we want to work on is going to be the crystalline and the ashy mining. And let's see, aluminum bee. And from what I understand, if we put it in and out, aluminum bee, copper bee, yeah, so by moving it in and out, tin bee, copper bee, let's see if we can make it happen. Iron bee, there we go. So the aluminum, the tin, the iron, we can make all of these guys with the crystalline bee. So let's check use, bee conversion. We can make the prosperity bee with a prosperity block, we feed it. But bee breeding, we can make iron. We can make, yeah, we made this one by accident. Bismuth, mineral, okay. Aluminum, We can make tin. We can make iridium. Of course, we can make gold, but we made it with the nest. Spatial, quartz enriched iron, and copper bee. Cool. So let's check ashy mining. The ashy mining and the crystalline iron, aluminum, tin, and copper. So this is going to be a lot of redundant stuff of us making a bee inside the breeding chamber here, and then taking the child form to the baby incubator to grow them, then bringing them back, putting them here so that they create the lapis comb we need to progress, as well as in here for the next bee that we need. So what I'm going to do is a really long process of creating the bees that we can make without needing to get anything new right now. Stuff like the diamond bee, it's going to be out of reach because we need to go to the end, and the end will be next episode. All right, my guys, so it's been another weekend with my daughter. So in between hanging out with her for the entire weekend, I've just been switching out the bees, breeding one at a time, and then growing them into adults and breeding all the way through. We can't do this one because we need an ender bee. We can't do this one because we need the diamond bee. And let's see, we can't do this one because we need the emerald bee. So those are going to be next episode. This one I'm having trouble with, the rancher bee. The rancher bee makes milky combs. And let's see, use. We need amber encased cow, donkey, horse, llama, goat, sheep, or sheep. Okay. So the idea that I had is I put in one of our amber encased trader llamas. That one didn't work. The next thing that I ended up doing was I brought out our resin bee, and I put a sheep in here because the sheep was right around the corner and just AFK'd. And eventually, oh my goodness, he's turned everything into amber. He, the resin bee, put the sheep inside of amber, and that's what it says is one of the feeding slab options, but it has not worked yet. So let's check it out real quick. I made amber encased sheep. We have the rancher bee, but it has not produced any combs. So I'm assuming it's probably going to need a cow specifically. So I'll talk about this stuff in just a second. What I want to do before we move on is let's get ourselves a cow. I made one of these mob imprisonment tools. These guys are actually pretty simple. Gas tiers, you know, we're making from the ghostly bees now. Plastic comes from cured rubber. Cured rubber comes from the rubber. And rubber comes from water buckets surrounded by vines, which I sheared from the jungle next door. So really easy to make that one. We got a mob imprisonment tool. Let's snag a cow real quick so I can show you guys what I have been doing. All right, I see a cow on the mini map. Let's go. Where are you? There we go. And yoink. So let's try this out real quick. This is what I did with the sheep before. We have our resin bee flying around over here, probably in one of these guys now. He went inside. Let's see. Inhabitant, resin bee. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the cow here, and we're going to come back to see the cow covered in resin, and then we're going to switch it out. Since the milky comb provides milk, I'm hoping that the amber encased cow is going to give us the honeycomb that we need to complete this quest. I have some bee conversions that I want to do before we finish this episode. Mainly the solium bee for the ghostly bee. We got the solium dagger for that. We can make the prosperity bee by feeding crystalline, the frosty bee by feeding ice, and one other one. I think it's up here. Yeah, we can feed the withered rose to make the withered bee. So let's make these 4 real quick. And while I get that ready, as you can see, I set these up both next to each other now. I have the breeding chamber here, and underneath it is the honey generator. And touching all four sides of the honey generator are four centrifuges that have hoppers underneath that dump items out on the bottom. And then what I did is I made simulation upgrades for all of our regular bees. They're no longer back there. All 8 of the hives are now just feeding honeycombs through. The bees are not leaving because of the simulator. They are just feeding honeycombs through to produce honey, which goes into the honey generator to run the machine. So I got the breeding chamber here and the baby incubator here. And when this thing fills up, the centrifuges, they stop producing the honey. They stop making honeycombs. So what I was thinking was, I kept this above ground like this so you guys could see. What I'm thinking is I'm going to put this slightly under the ground, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace the barrels at the bottom with the item trash can. So everything is going to go in the trash can because we really don't need wax. The honey bottles only come out if we put bottles in here. The only thing that gets produced from vanilla honeycombs is going to be the honey as well as the wax. So the only thing that's going to be voided in the bottom really is going to be this wax, which we don't need. We don't want it getting stuck on items. We just want it to continuously produce honey for the honey generator and power the items that we have in here. Which, in a future episode, I'm thinking about setting up stations like this and running the power cord underneath to power other items. So for these guys with the simulation upgrades to work, we need the feeding slab to be directly in front, of course, with the flour or whatever it needs to produce. So there's 4 feeding slabs in front of each of the advanced cherry beehives. These guys have been running nonstop. All of these guys have been replaced, and one at a time I've moved each one that we've made into here so we could get credit for the combs. These guys are all full. The baby incubator, the baby upgrade that we had in here, was a great idea. All of these coal bees ended up filling up. The problem is it started spitting coal bees out into the wild, and then it started going into every empty slot that I had available. So I had to purge all of them of all of the extra coal bees. Plus we had them flying around out here. So I would recommend not using the coal bee in the simulation upgrade because it will just keep out pumping out that one bee, especially if you AFK. We might be able to get away with it if we do the diamond bee, because the diamond bee is going to require a lot of block conversion, like the amethyst, the peridot, the ruby, the sapphire. They're all going to be switched out from diamond bees. Plus, we want diamond bees for diamonds, right? So let's make these 4 items real quick, these 4 bee conversions. For that, let's go into a small enclosed room. I can't believe the resin bee has frozen so many. Oh man, there's even more back here. The resin bee has encased every wandering trader and llama that has walked by. That's crazy. Let's go down here where we have an enclosed space. We can free the bees and we can do some conversions on them right in here. Okay. So first one we'll do is the ghostly bee. To switch this one over, we need a solium dagger. The dagger wasn't hard. It's a golden sword, and it requires solium dust, which you can mine up, and solium ingots, which you can mine up and create. The prosperity ingot is just iron with prosperity shards around it. So super simple. We'll go ahead and let out our ghostly bee and feed it a solium dagger. Now we have the solium bee. Perfect. Grab this guy, and we got a blood moon. The solium bee is going to need a solium block to produce its byproduct, which is super simple. Let's get these cranked out because I want to head to the nether as well. The skeletal bee, we're going to feed the skeletal bee a wither rose. Now we have a withered bee, and this guy is going to require a wither rose to make its byproduct. The wither rose I ended up buying from the market for 1 emerald apiece. The sweat bee requires a snow block, so let's do that. Now we have the frosty bee. Oh, and that one did not give us our cage back. All right, so we have the frosty bee, and the frosty bee requires ice, which I went into my cold biome, I put water down, and then just came back later. It was frozen. I used my smooth criminal silk touch to pick it up. We need a crystalline bee with the prosperity block. So there we go. That's not how it's done. There we go. We have the prosperity bee, and the prosperity bee is going to need one of these prosperity blocks. So these are the 4 bee conversions we need to do. And then, of course, to get credit, we need the combs. So we need to put these up, get the combs, and then we can progress with these. But the last bee that I wanted to talk about was going to be these shroom bees. I could not figure out the recipe on how to make these 4 shroom bees. So this one is going to be the last bee that we'll talk about. And for that, we have to go into the nether. And there you go. You see him over there? We have a... What's this guy called? Yoink. We have a crimson shroom bee. So you actually have to capture this bee in the nether. Right now, we're in a crimson forest. And I walked around. If you look at the mini-map, you have some hoglins and some piglins, and you have the gray circular mobs, which are modded. Those most likely will be the bees that you're looking for. But as you can see right here, a crimson bee nest. What I did is I took my nest locator into the nether here. When I right-clicked it, it told me that a nest is located so and so many meters away. Of course, you turn the device until it starts lighting up, and that's the direction you have to go in. So I went and it located this crimson bee nest for me. And what happened was I got to a point where passing the nest would make it make the light turn off. So then I figured out it was either going to be directly above me or directly below me. So I did what you're not supposed to do, and I mined upwards, and I mined all the way up until I found this guy. So we're going to take this one with us now, because we want to use the nest locator for another bee nest. So let's pick that one up with silk touch, and now let's see. Yeah, see, now it won't take us to the one that we've already found. Now right clicking, it says 58.9 meters this way. Okay, so this is the direction we're going to go now to find another crimson nest. And look at that. We found another one right here. It has 2 bees inside of it. And the nether, of course, does not take into rules for night and day. As you can see in the top right. Ooh, let me grab this guy real quick. Where'd he go? I need 4 of them in total. All right. The nether does not follow the rules of night and day. What I was going to say is there were 2 bees inside, and in the top right it says nighttime. So I was assuming the bees were not going to come out until sunrise. I was wrong. But here we go. Ah, come on. Got him. Okay. So we have 2 of our crimson shroom bees now, and I want to get 4 in total. I see you, buddy. Come on down. I want to catch you. You'll be number 3. Ah, you sneaky. I tried mining away everything, and he snuck in right when I wasn't paying attention. So there's one inside this nest now, and that means it won't stack when I pick it up. Let's go get another one. We'll just take the bee with us inside of the nest. This one is this way. I'm also looking for one more mushroom. We have crimson, warped, and red. I need a brown mushroom. And everything the internet says is that the easiest place to find the brown mushroom is going to be in the nether. So let's find that brown mushroom too. There it is. It's right above us. And it says bees 0. Bummer. No nests of that type bee nest could be found nearby. Okay, we need to find ourselves another biome. Right, I did just hear a bee. Heard it. Let's see where it is. This way. And this way at 68 meters. I can see one on the mini map, so let's go check that one out. There it is. I can see it hiding over there. Let's see. Let's do shapeless. And yeah, there it is. It's hiding right there. And it has bees 0. Big bummer. Okay, let's take it with us. Oh, look at that. Right next to where I just mined it is another one here. Warped bee nest, and it's got 3 bees in it. See, like, I wonder if I take it with us like this, can I get them to come out in the overworld, or will something go wrong if I bring them out in the overworld? Alrighty, so the internet was right. We got red mushrooms right here, and it looks like those are the brown mushrooms we're looking for. I always ignore these things until we actually need them. So there we go. We got brown mushrooms right here, and that's everything that we need for the nether right now. All right, so let's see where we have some room. Let's go ahead and put the solium bee in here. And the dagger, of course, needs to go in here. Which ones do I have? Lumium and Invar. So silver can come out and the solium can come in. We can start making the solium right there. And then awesome. We can take that one out. We need to clear these guys. This is a big bummer. Uranite and radioactive. Okay, we can put in the withered bee here. Let's do that real quick and put the wither rose. Okay, we don't need nickel. We can put the wither rose in here. Uranite and uranium. Okay. And same thing, we need to clear all of these guys. Ghostly, silky, zombie. Okay, the zombie snuck in, so let's go ahead and put the frosty bee in here. Okay, frosty, and we need to do ice. Okay, and then this one went down into... Nope, we got spider eyes, ghostly, silky combs. It is right here. Okay, so this one, we'll let it fill in right here. We still need another one for the prosperity bee, so let's see which one of these guys has room. Mineral rancher. Okay, we'll do the sturdy bee, the prosperity bee in here, and we can do the prosperity block here. Okay, let's let this guy do its thing. We need to dump these, and then I'll move all of the combs over. Of course, we got a wandering trader making a lot of noise somewhere around here. What are you selling? Transforms text into runelic. So over here, what I've been dabbling around with are these diamond chests. I found out if we make a chest, let's see, sophisticated storage, planks around a redstone torch, but also there's another recipe for these guys. I might have updated the pack and it might have changed the recipe, but I remember it being just a regular chest next to a redstone torch. So the recipe might have been changed. Redstone torch surrounded by the planks makes the sophisticated storage chest, which you can then, you can surround, you can change the color. Of course, I changed mine to purple. Surrounded with iron, surrounded with gold, surrounded with diamonds to make the diamond chest. And if you dye it before, you get the full color. And if you dye it after, you get just accents. So this is the purple one after, like I've made a regular one. So in here, we can drop all of our combs that we want to use. It gets hoppered in here into the centrifuge, which I don't care about the honey here. So I have a liquid trash can to keep this guy from stalling, and then it dumps it out in here. So I am manually doing the resources here for right now. All right, so now that we've cleared this stuff up, mob imprisonment tool, solium dagger, diamond chest, withered bee, frosty bee, prosperity bee, solium bee. I did make the advanced canvas beehive, which is in the stone cutter. Let's see, and it's just a advanced beehive surrounded by paper. I thought the Grimwood one looks really cool, so again, like earlier, I wanted to see what you guys like best. I'm thinking about making a bunch of rows of the jacaranda trees with the advanced Grimwood beehives, because I think that kind of looks cool. So let's check on our cow. Has our cow been turned into amber yet? It looks like it has. So let's check this out. Yep, it went ahead and I turned our cow into amber. Let's go ahead and grab this guy. Since the rancher bee makes milky combs, I'm assuming it has to be a cow. We're going to try that one out. We have 2 empty nests. We have 3 nests that have a whole bunch of bees in them. And I don't know if they're going to be angry. Let's get rid of this guy for right now. I have no idea if they're going to be very angry that they are no longer in the nether. So let's check this out. That one has 0 bees in it. Let's move this guy over here. And this one has 3, right? 3 bees in here, 1 bee in here. I'm not sure what I can do to get them to come out without being angry. But what we need to do is we have 2 bees. So let's see. Okay, so we have a crimson bee in here. We have a warped bee in here. So then we don't need the warped or the crimson for right now. These guys are going to be that bee. We have 2 crimsons that we caught together, right? We're going to feed one the red mushroom. So here's the crimson shroom bee, and here's a red mushroom. Now it's a red shroom bee. Perfect. This guy hopefully will fly into one of these nests. We'll see. And let's go another crimson shroom bee and the brown. So there you go. Now we have the brown shroom bee. So we have the red one, we have the brown one, we have the warped, and we have the crimson. So based off of the quest book, we just need these guys to make their combs for us to get credit now. It might be that the nether bees do the opposite. I've been waiting all day, and they now have come out when it's sunset. So let me grab them all real quick. We have our crimson and our warped. Nice. Okay. So yeah, sunset, and they all came out. They might be backwards. Crimson, warped, and brown. Crimson, warped, and 1 brown. Okay. And then we need to put the red one in a different one. And red. Oh, and I completely forgot to mention that the Graves Bee requires a tombstone for the flowering effect, and that requires dark marble and an essence of undeath. The dark marble is just stone with graves dust. So the essence of undeath and the graves dust, those are random drops from slaying mobs. So yeah, highlighting over the red shroom bee, it shows that the behavior is nocturnal. So these guys are probably only going to produce combs when it's night time. So we're going to have to actually not sleep through the night for these nocturnal ones to make combs for us. So it looks like our rancher bee is still not making anything with an ember encased cow in the feeding slab. I'm starting to think that the rancher bee does not work inside of a beehive when it has a simulator attached to it, because the prosperity bee has been in here for the same amount of time as the mineral, as the rancher. We have the prosperity bee combs, but none of the rancher combs. So I think we might have to take the rancher out and do this one manually. So let's go ahead and put the mineral bee back in. There we go. Okay. Because we have the rancher bee here. And I wonder if the rancher bee can use the ember encased cow manually, like if it's out of the beehive, or if this has to be a free range cow. Here we go. We got solium as well. We have withered. Nice. And let's see, do we have the frosty? We do not have the frosty yet. Behavior diurnal. Frosty bee has not produced its product yet. We have ice in here. So let's see what's wrong with the frosty bee. The botanist's workbench. I think I have this one. Let's just try and turn the ice into something else real quick, because everything I scroll on that thing shows chipped mod. I believe we have the botanist, do we? Carpenter's glassblower. Now, botanist we have in Technopolis. And botanist table. Okay, so let's go ahead and just put it right here for right now. And let's just change this into something that is from the chipped mod. And see if this fixes the problem for the frosty bee to make us the byproduct that we need. And let's just, for the time being, let's go ahead and take out the advanced cherry beehive. And we'll set this guy up inside of our little farm here. Let's do this and come in here. Set this guy up temporarily. We'll put that here. We will put the amber encased cow. Let's just put it right there for right now. And let's set the rancher bee out and see, will it use the amber encased cow? See, will you? Will you ignore it? Go in there and make us a comb so we can get quest completion. Perfect. It's nighttime. Here's our red comb. Here's our brown, our warped, and our crimson combs. So these guys only work during the night. Which one are we missing? We're missing Frosty and we're missing Rancher. Let's see, did this one work? Frosty is still not working. I need to see what I can do. And let's check on Rancher before we call it an episode. Oh, it is nighttime. I went ahead and found another cow and put a cow that is not encased in amber here because I don't believe he cares much for the amber encased cow. So let's sleep and see if the rancher bee will interact with the real cow. Yeah, the rancher bee went straight for the cow. I think it's doing its thing. Yep, looks like it is. There we go. Yep, the rancher bee. What we needed to do is we needed to have him pollinate a cow that is free range. So the feeding slab won't work with the amber encased cow, and also the amber encased cow put out won't work either. The only way I was able to get the milky comb is by having a cow out and about, so the simulator upgrade won't work. I'll try to figure out what else we can do about the one comb that we're missing, which is the frosty comb. Yeah, I'm not sure why the ice is not working for the frosty bee, but I might do the same thing and just put it out manually to see if that solves our problem. But I'll touch base on that next episode when we finally conquer the end and knock out the last of the nests, and we can start breeding the diamond, the emerald, we can get the ender pearls, enderium, platinum, all of the good stuff.
Thank you so much for joining me today. Smash like to show your appreciation and consider leaving a boom in the comments section below. Also, click on my dude here to subscribe for more Let's Plays. Ooh.